Welcome back to the Motivated Mind Zone. Glad to have you here. There's this uh, almost universal question that just pops up everywhere, doesn't it, socially, professionally? So, what do you do?
It really does.
And it sounds so simple, right?
Hmm.
But actually, especially if you're maybe in a new place or trying to grow your career or just, want to make a good impression, that question can feel like a bit of a minefield.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you just giving a label or are you actually taking a moment to connect?
Exactly. Are you
Or
seizing that chance to maybe shape how someone sees you, open a door, or just show what makes you tick professionally? So today we're doing a deep dive into really mastering this, talking about your job in English, and not just getting the words right, but doing it with, well, impact.
Right, it's more than translation.
Definitely. It's about understanding maybe the strategy behind it, the cultural bits, even the psychology, so you can
Yeah.
connect better, show off your skills, and grab those opportunities, especially in like an international setting.
And our mission here really is to go beyond just the basic phrases. We want to equip you with strategies that are a bit more sophisticated, things you can actually use.
In a way.
Our sources dig into not just vocabulary, but how to tackle maybe trickier questions, how to frame your experience really well, and even sort of subtly communicate your professional brand, if you like.
Professional brand, I like that.
Yeah, the goal isn't just saying what you do, it's about empowering you to communicate why it's important and maybe who you are as a professional, even if English isn't your first language.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Think of this as like a shortcut, not just to the English mechanics for work chat, but the thinking behind it that makes you, memorable.
Hmm.
We're going to unpack some techniques that seasoned pros use. And it doesn't matter if you're a student networking or an engineer working across borders or a leader trying to explain your vision.
It's pretty widely applicable.
Yeah. So grab a notebook, maybe. Settle in. We're going to explore the deeper side of talking about yourself professionally. Okay, so let's kick things off. Why is getting good at discussing your job in English just so, so important? It feels like more than just polite chit chat, right?
Oh, definitely.
That question, what do you do? It's kind of the first filter, isn't it?
Yeah.
How people start to see you professionally. It's everywhere. Coffee shops, Zoom calls, investor meetings.
It really is. And what's fascinating, I think, is the sort of psychological weight it carries. How you answer first. That kind of primes how the other person sees you.
Right, first impressions.
Exactly. And for a lot of people, learning English is tied directly to wanting better jobs or working internationally, maybe even moving.
Sure, big motivations.
So in those cases, being able to confidently talk about your experience, your skills, what you actually do day to day, it's not just nice to have, it's critical.
Yeah, I could see that.
Think about a job interview or a big networking thing. How you frame your work right at the start. That can instantly set you apart. It's a huge plus. You're basically building your personal brand with that first sentence.
That's a really powerful way to put it. So it's not just reciting a title, it's crafting a little story that shows your value.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it happen. People at conferences, industry events, they miss chances because their intro is just too plain or maybe too complicated.
Yeah, finding that balance.
Knowing how to boil down what you do into something confident, impactful, something more than just, hi, I'm in marketing. That can genuinely open doors, not just for small talk, but for real connections.
Precisely. And if you connect that to the bigger picture,
Right.
talking about your job regularly in English, that's like an immediate, super relevant way to practice deliberately.
Deliberate practice. So
Because you already know your job inside out, right? The knowledge is there.
yeah,
The challenge is just translating that know-how into, well, compelling English. It's not memorizing stuff. It's refining your story.
refining your story. I like that.
And doing that over and over, it doesn't just build your language skills, it seriously boosts your confidence.
Yeah,
It turns something that might feel like a barrier into a real tool for growth. It's about getting really good at it, not just okay.
that's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the goal is strategic impact, let's talk about the tools, the language itself. We obviously need the basics, the vocabulary, but how do we go beyond just a list and use these words with more uh, precision, more power?
That is the key, isn't it? The basics are crucial, yeah, but nuance makes the difference, especially if you're aiming for impact. Let's take job titles.
Oh,
Instead
you
of just saying a teacher, maybe, depending on who you're talking to, something like pedagogical strategist focused on immersive learning, or perhaps curriculum developer for digital platforms.
well,
It immediately changes the perception, right?
yeah, that sounds much more specific.
It does, but the choice really depends on your audience, the context. Knowing when to be broad versus super specific is, well, it's a strategic call.
That's a really good point. Tailoring the language. What about those times when maybe you're not working right now or you're between things? How do you frame that positively?
Good question. Instead of just, I'm unemployed, which can sound a bit negative,
Yeah, it can.
maybe try phrases that emphasize transition looking forward, like, I'm currently between projects and exploring new opportunities in, and mention a specific field.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm using this time to upskill or consult or pursue a project while I look for my next challenge. It shows you're active, you have purpose.
I like that. It shifts the focus.
Yeah.
Okay, workplaces. Beyond just saying I work in an office, how can we add a bit more flavor?
Well, you could add something about the company's culture, maybe, or its mission. Instead of I work at a bank, maybe I work at a leading financial firm that specializes in sustainable investment.
Ah, I see. That's context.
Exactly. Or I'm part of a really dynamic tech startup working on AI solutions. Just gives a better sense of the place, its identity.
Brilliant. Okay, action verbs. These are like the engines of describing what you do. But how do we pick verbs that show impact responsibility, not just
Yeah.
activity?
Yeah, this is where you move from just doing something to achieving something. So instead of I help customers, maybe I resolve complex customer issues or I optimize the customer experience.
Okay, stronger verbs.
Right. Instead of I design websites, maybe I architect scalable web solutions or I innovate user interface designs.
Uh-huh.
Using verbs that imply results, value that's key.
Turning tasks into achievements. Got it. What about other words to paint the picture? Maybe about the challenges or teamwork.
Absolutely. You can bring in words about the work environment, team dynamics. Like my role involves a lot of cross-functional collaboration to drive innovation.
Hmm.
Or I really thrive in a fast-paced problem-solving environment. You could also talk about the scope. I manage a portfolio of key clients, or I contribute to strategic initiatives. These kinds of terms show a more sophisticated view of your work.
That definitely paints a clearer picture. And emotions. Beyond just, my job is busy but fun, how can we use adjectives maybe more strategically to show passion or problem-solving skills or even resilience?
It's about being authentic but still professional, you know? Instead of just fun, maybe I find my work deeply engaging because I get to continuously problem solve.
Okay, linking it to a skill.
Yeah. Or if it's tough, maybe it can be demanding, sure, but I really relish the chance to innovate under pressure. That shows emotional intelligence, a positive attitude towards challenges.
So for listeners, it's not about just learning lists of words. It's more like curating your own professional vocabulary, choosing words carefully to build that impactful story.
Exactly. It's an ongoing thing. Refining your toolkit, not just getting it once.
Okay, so we have this refined vocabulary. Now let's talk sentence structures. This is where it all comes together, right? How we actually build statements that are clear, compelling, persuasive.
Indeed. We're building the framework now for powerful communication. That basic structure, I work as a job title, we can enhance that quite a bit.
How so?
Well, consider adding a specialization. I work as a job title. specializing in specific area. Or maybe I work as a job title, leading initiatives in key strategic area. It just gives a much clearer picture of what you actually contribute.
Right. Adding that layer of expertise. And for the workplace, beyond just I work at or I work in, how do we bring in that mission or impact we talked about?
You could elevate it. Say, I work at company where our mission is to achieve something specific. Or I'm part of the team at company, a leader in industry known for its innovation or sustainability.
Yeah.
It anchors your role in something bigger, more impressive.
That definitely sounds more impactful. Okay, what about I am responsible for? How do we stop that from sounding like just reading a boring job description?
Yeah. You need to connect responsibility to outcomes, results. Instead of I'm responsible for customer service, maybe I'm responsible for enhancing customer satisfaction by resolving complex issues, which directly impacts our client retention.
Ooh, I like that. Linking it directly to a positive result. Using an active voice there feels stronger too.
Very much so. It shows agency, direct contribution.
Okay. And my job is too, for daily tasks. How can we make that more like a mini story?
You could frame it like this. My job is to do this action, ultimately achieving this result by overcoming this common challenge. For instance, my job is to optimize data analytics processes, transforming raw info into actionable insights that drive strategic business decisions. See? It frames your task as solving a problem.
Perfect. That's much more engaging.
Ah.
What if your job involves loads of different things?
Yeah.
How do you summarize that without just listing stuff?
Yeah, you don't want to sound like a laundry list. The key is strategic summary. Give a quick overview, then pick maybe 2 or 3 key areas that really show your main skills or contributions.
Okay, focus on the highlights.
Exactly. Like, my role blends strategic planning and hands-on work. Primarily, I oversee Area 1, manage Area 2, and drive Area 3. It emphasizes impact, not just being busy.
Selective storytelling.
Got it.
And quick question on tenses. We usually use present simple for ongoing jobs, right?
Yeah.
I work, I manage.
Mostly, yes, for your regular functions.
But what if you want to mention specific projects within that job? Things with a start and end.
That's a great point. While present simple covers the ongoing stuff, I manage a team. If you're talking specific projects you've done in that role, you might shift slightly, maybe present perfect. I have launched 2 major products this year.
Ah,
Or even past simple for things fully completed. We completed the migration last quarter. It adds precision without getting too complicated. Shows you're project focused.
that distinction is super useful. Okay, so listeners, the challenge here isn't just using these sentence patterns, it's using them strategically. Maybe try drafting your own little professional summary, your elevator pitch. Make it punchy, impactful, and, true to what you do.
And always focus on the value you bring, not just the things you do.
That's a really strong takeaway.
Okay.
Okay, let's shift gears now to the questions you're most likely to actually hear. We're not just giving sample answers here. We're thinking about how each answer is a chance to show your depth, your strategic thinking.
Absolutely. These common questions, they're your stage, really. Take the big one. What do you do? We need to move beyond just the job title.
Right.
Maybe think about who you're talking to. An industry insider. You can use more jargon. Someone else. Focus on the impact or the problem you solve. Like, I'm a data scientist. Basically, I turn complex data into business strategies that help companies grow.
Oh, I like that structure. Title, action, impact, kind of a rule of 3
Yeah.
makes it stick.
Exactly. It's memorable.
Hey, next. Where do you work? How do we answer this to give more than just the company name or location?
Again, think context. Convey the type of place or its purpose. I work at a boutique consultancy that focuses on sustainable urban planning. Or I'm with a global tech firm that's known for its work in AI ethics. It just paints a much richer picture.
It really does add that extra layer. Okay, what's your typical day like? This one can easily become a really dull list. How do we make it engaging? Strategic, even.
Frame it around maybe key challenges or high-impact stuff or interesting problems you solve. Don't just list tasks chronologically. Pick a couple of key things.
Like,
Well, my day is usually a mix of strategic planning and hands-on problem solving. Like this morning, I was architecting a new system framework, and this afternoon, I'll be mentoring some of our junior developers. It subtly highlights skills and contributions.
that's way more insightful than just, I check emails, then I have meetings. Okay, the slightly personal one. Do you like your job? How do we answer that honestly but still professionally?
Yeah, it's a chance to show genuine enthusiasm, but also maybe a growth mindset. You could say, I really enjoy it. I find the challenge of mention a specific aspect incredibly stimulating, and I love that I'm always learning.
Okay. What if you're maybe looking for something new?
You can still be positive. It's been a really valuable experience, definitely, and I'm particularly excited now about using my skills in a role that's more focused on mention your future interest. It's honest without being negative.
That's a great balance. Okay, last one for this section. How long have you been doing this job? How do we turn that into more than just a number? Make it about experience.
Connect the time to what you've learned or achieved. I've been in this specific role for 5 years now, and during that time, I've significantly grown our client base and helped mentor several new team members.
Nice. Add substance.
Or maybe I started this particular job 2 years ago, but my overall experience in this field actually goes back over a decade. It frames the time as proof of your growing capability.
Okay, so listeners, here's your homework. Take these 5 questions. What do you do? Where do you work? Typical day, like your job. How long? Try crafting your own answers. Focus on impact, strategy, your personal brand. Maybe even try different versions for different audiences.
Think about the hidden message behind each answer you give.
We've built a really solid base. Now let's push it a bit further. Let's dive deeper into describing those daily tasks, talking about past jobs, and really articulating future goals with more precision and impact.
Okay, so daily tasks. We want to highlight not just what you're doing, but the value it creates, right? Use those strong action verbs we mentioned, and if you can, add results, maybe even numbers.
Right. Quantify it.
Exactly. Instead of I send emails, think I strategically communicate with key stakeholders to ensure a project alignment. Or I analyze market trends to identify potential growth opportunities for our products. Always think, why does this task matter?
That really shifts the focus. From just activity to contribution, maybe even leadership, you could also use phrases like, my role encompasses, or I'm instrumental in.
Precisely. Those sound much more proactive, more significant.
Okay, what about past jobs? So crucial for interviews, CVs, networking. But how do we talk about them so they highlight skills that are useful now or for the future, not just list where we've been?
This really brings up the importance of storytelling, doesn't it? You might have heard of the STAR method: situation, task, action, result.
For interviews.
Right, but it's useful just as a way to think about framing any past experience. Instead of, I used to be a waiter, maybe try. As a waiter, I really honed my problem-solving abilities in fast-paced situations, and I actually improved customer satisfaction scores by learning to anticipate needs.
Wow, okay. That's a huge difference.
It connects the past role to valuable, transferable skills. You can use phrases like, in my previous role at company, I was instrumental in achieving X result. Or, my time there equipped me with a strong foundation and specific skill. Link the past to where you want to go.
That's a fantastic framework for making past rules really count. Now looking ahead, future goals. How do we talk about them so we sound ambitious, clear, like we have a plan, not just wishful thinking?
Yeah, you're crafting a vision here. Use language that shows intent, commitment. I'm focused on transitioning into a role where I can really leverage my skills to tackle specific challenge. Or, my long-term goal is to lead a team innovating in the specific field, driving meaningful change. Or maybe I'm actively pursuing development in area because I see it as critical for achieving future goal. It shows purpose, strategic thinking.
So listeners, the challenge is connecting the dots.
Mhm.
Don't just list past jobs or future hopes. Weave them into a story, a narrative about your professional journey and where you're headed.
Make every past role a stepping stone and every future goal a clear destination on your map.
Okay, we've covered crafting the narrative, nailing the Q&A, linking past and future. Now for the sharp end,
Mm.
interviews and networking. How do we make sure we sound not just okay, but really confident, really impactful?
This is about projecting maybe an executive presence with your words.
Right.
In interviews, go beyond the generic. Instead of, I have experience in customer service, try, my extensive background in customer service means I can proactively identify and resolve complex client issues, which has significantly boosted retention rates in past roles.
Much stronger.
Instead of, I'm good at solving problems, maybe I excel at analytical problem solving, especially in ambiguous situations, and I consistently deliver innovative solutions. And frame strengths as actual contributions. My core strengths are strategic communication and cross-functional leadership, allowing me to build highly collaborative and effective teams.
Right, and emphasizing that learning attitude.
Definitely. I am a naturally curious and adaptive learner, always eager to embrace new challenges and master new technologies. Shows that growth mindset.
Those definitely elevate things. What about networking? You might only have like a minute. How do you start a conversation and engage effectively?
Networking is about sparking connection, finding opportunity. Instead of just, I'm in marketing, try something maybe more intriguing. I'm really digging into how AI is changing digital marketing, especially customer engagement. What big trends are you seeing in your area?
Signals expertise and asks an open question.
Exactly. Invites a real conversation. And to show interest in them, use phrases that encourage them to share more. That sounds fascinating. Could you tell me more about the biggest challenge you tackled in that role? Or, it's really great to connect with people driving innovation in their field.
Our sources even mention an example like a mini role play, showing how maybe a software architect and a customer experience lead might chat. They discuss their work, priorities, future ideas, using these kinds of tools naturally.
Right. It shows how it flows in a real conversation. They're not just swapping facts, they're showcasing expertise, finding common ground, maybe seeing if there's a potential connection or collaboration.
And crucially, practice is key.
Hmm.
But not just repeating things, it's deliberate practice. Say your refined story out loud. Maybe record yourself, listen back critically. How's the delivery, clarity, impact?
Find someone you trust, a peer or mentor, get their honest feedback, ask them to challenge you.
And maybe the ultimate practice. Actually try to think about your work in English. Internalize this way of communicating.
So, what does this all really mean for you? We've gone from basic words to impactful sentences, handling questions with nuance, and shaping your whole career story strategically. Talking about your job in English when you approach it like this, it stops being just a task and becomes a really powerful tool for your brand, your career, even just connecting with people.
Absolutely. And remember, refining this story, it's an ongoing process. Every time you try to explain your value, connect your past to your future, that's real progress. Don't be afraid to experiment, tweak your message. Mastery comes from trying things out. And the confidence you build, that spills over way beyond just work talk. It affects how you show up in the world.
And here's something to maybe chew on. Beyond just getting a job or networking, how might expressing yourself professionally in English with all this strategy and nuance, how might that actually deepen your own sense of identity? Could it open up new ways of seeing your own impact on a global scale? Maybe even spark totally unexpected ideas for creativity or collaboration just because you told your unique story more effectively? Keep exploring that, keep refining, and keep that strategic curiosity alive.